Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. So in today's video, we are going to be talking about the match between FC Barcelona and Real Oviedo. Later in the video, we're also going to be discussing Barcelona's transfer plans for 2026, and we're going to be revolving around Julián Álvarez, one of the players that has been talked about in the past 48 hours heavily. It's going to be very exciting. I can't wait to talk about all of this, but let's get straight into it. Barcelona is going to be traveling to the Real Oviedo stadium. They are a newly promoted team, so when we do head towards that stadium, it's going to be a stadium that we have never really seen in a very long time. Barcelona are going to come into this game unbeaten across all competitions and riding a 3-game winning streak, including a 3-0 victory over Getafe last weekend. In regards to Real Oviedo, they are struggling to maintain top form in first team football. They have lost 4 of their first 5 matches, scoring just once, and also recently falling to Elche 1-0. And in terms of the head-to-head history between Barcelona and Real Oviedo, they have met a total of 82 times. Barcelona won 48 times and Real Oviedo wins 24 times. Total draws will be 12. Barcelona and Real Oviedo have been facing one another since 1928, and that first match was in a Copa del Rey match where Barcelona won 9-5 on aggregate. And the last meeting we had with this team was back in 2001 when both sides won away from home. On January 2001, Oviedo lost to Barcelona 3-2, and on May 2001, Barcelona lost to Oviedo 1-0. Since then, this team has not faced each other, and it has been like a total of 2 decades. So as we go into this match, Barcelona are going to be without several key players like Alejandro Balde, who is going through a hamstring injury. Lamine Yamal also has a groin injury, and both could return for the match against Real Sociedad, right? So don't rule that off. As for Gavi, we all know, and it is official, that he's going to be sidelined for the next 4 to 5 months due to a knee surgery. Fermin Lopez is out for the next 3 weeks. He's expected to return around mid-October, and then as for Marc-Andre ter Stegen, we know his situation. He's going to be out for the rest of this year. Hansi Flick knows that with all of these injuries going on, rotation is very important, and this is what he said: "I never think about the players who are missing, but rather about the options available. We can win with any 11 players," which leads me towards our predicted 11 versus Real Oviedo. And to be honest, with Real Sociedad and PSG coming up very soon, I expect Flick to not place his best players and play the full 90 minutes. So I see Joan Garcia in the goalkeeper position, with our defense being Jules Koundé on the right, Gerard Martin on the left, Kubarsi and Araujo as our center back pairing, with Dani Olmo as our number 10, and behind Dani Olmo, I expect to see Marc Casado and Pedri. I don't see Frenkie de Jong playing in this game. I expect him to be rested, but he may appear later. As for the attack, I don't see Lewandowski starting either. I see Ferran Torres as our number 9, with Rafinha on the right and Rashford on the left. However, don't be surprised if we see Rooney Bardi starting on the right wing position and Rafinha gets the rest. Now, whatever does happen, Dani Olmo is going to be our number 10 for sure, and this is a huge opportunity for him. With Gavi out, with Fermin Lopez also out, it's only Dani Olmo, and Dani Olmo knows this. He voiced his hunger after scoring and assisting against Getafe in the 3-0 win, and this is what he said in the post-match interview: "I'm happy to keep getting minutes. It's what I need to get into the rhythm to help the team, and hopefully we can get the best out of Dani Olmo in this upcoming match so he can start gaining momentum and more confidence." Because to be honest, when the season did begin, we did not see the best Dani Olmo. We saw Dani Olmo that was very flat, very underwhelming, and that is the reason why we saw Gavi in the number 10 sometimes, Fermin Lopez in the number 10 position sometimes. But with Dani Olmo scoring and assisting, hopefully this is the start of something new. Now, let's talk about the transfer situation and speak about the year of 2026, because Deco and Joan Laporta do have big plans. And the reason why they're big is because they want to have Julián Álvarez involved. I don't know if you guys have seen Julián Álvarez get subbed out in one of the most recent matches for Atletico Madrid, but Julián Álvarez was heated. He did not like his performance. The fact that Diego Simeone took him out very early in the game, even though we all know he's very good, goes to show that Atletico Madrid are struggling to use Julián Álvarez well. And that is why when he was on the bench, he was like, "Why is it always me?" He was just frustrated, annoyed. So he's currently very uncomfortable at Atletico Madrid. Even Julian's first manager, Hugo, stated this: "I see him more of a passer than a finisher. He was always a Barcelona fan. I think one day he could end up there." He also explained that he should move to Real Madrid, but because Barcelona is in a horrible financial situation where they're very limited, that is why he said that he would be happy to see him join Real Madrid, because he knows that as of right now, there is no other choice. However, if Julián had a choice to choose, it would be FC Barcelona, because Julián Álvarez loves FC Barcelona. But I really do think that there's a chance that Barcelona can make something happen in 2026. There are so many reasons why Barcelona must pull this move off. With Lewandowski aging, Barcelona may have to look for a brand new future number 9, and Alvarez fits the category. The sporting director, Deco, has set clear priorities. He wants a new central striker to succeed Lewandowski and potentially a center back to reinforce Hansi Flick's backline. We'll talk about what center back is being talked about in the club in a few minutes. But look, Lewandowski is 36 years old, and it is expected that he'll be leaving Barcelona by next summer. I don't know if you guys have seen, but his minutes have already been limited this season due to either injuries or because Hansi Flick wants to use Ferran Torres over Lewandowski. This is the reason why they want somebody like Julián Álvarez, is because he fits very well into the Barcelona system. First of all, he has proven that he can perform in big games like what we saw him do in the World Cup of 2022. He's versatile across the front line, hardworking off the ball, and ideal for Flick's pressing system. Last season, Alvarez scored twice and assisted once across 4 games against FC Barcelona while playing for Atletico Madrid, a team that is not even well known for attacking football. Even Pau Cubarsí named him as a dream signing for the club. And knowing that he is frustrated at Atletico Madrid, I think that after him spending 2 seasons at Atletico Madrid, it would make a lot of sense for him to finally make that switch. The only challenge, and I think that we all know this, but the only challenge that presents itself here is that Alvarez cost around 95 million euros for Atletico Madrid, and Atletico Madrid are going to be looking for around that amount. And given Barcelona's well-documented financial struggles, it's going to be a very difficult operation. However, let's also remember 2026 is also the exact same year where Barcelona will hold the presidential elections, and that will be before the end of the season. Joan Laporta does plan to run again. He wants to be there. Victor Font maybe might be there. Maybe he might have a say. I really don't think so. I honestly think that the socios and us Barcelona fans are going to want to see Joan Laporta continue his big operation, his project at the club, because it has been going well. And honestly, I expect Joan Laporta to pull this move off, meaning go out there to the elections and say, I want to sign a player like Julián Álvarez. If you let me continue, I will go for Álvarez, no problem. Now here's the thing. Let's be self-accountable here. Let's be real here. Joan Laporta has done this twice already while trying to campaign for a new term. The first one was back in 2003, where he vowed to sign David Beckham. David Beckham ended up joining Real Madrid, but Joan Laporta still won the presidency. Then fast forward to 2021, he vowed to say that he will continue with Messi, that he's going to maintain Messi, that Messi is going to be there, that he's going to be the future of this project, etc., but only to find out that Messi had to leave to PSG because of financial problems. I expect, like I said, Joan Laporta to do the exact same thing with Julián Álvarez. Now, whether it's going to happen or not, we'll see. But the sporting problem there is clear. Like, we need a new striker. And speaking about the striker position, no matter what happens, I'm honestly very happy to say that, Ferran Torres can be our ideal number 9. I know that it may not be the best out there in the world, but Ferran Torres is doing the job. 4 goals and 1 assist in the first 5 La Liga games. And the reason why Hansi Flick trusts him a lot is because he presses aggressively and consistently, makes those smart runs in behind, and has a lot of versatility, right? So the fact that he was able to score 2 goals as a left winger, not as a number 9, but as a left winger, goes to show that Ferran Torres understands where to be at and how to have that killer instinct. However, Torres does lack the level of killer instinct compared to Lewandowski. Can Ferran Torres upgrade his level within those realms? We'll wait and see, but as of now, Ferran Torres is doing his job, and thanks to Barcelona by generating so many chances, that his energy and adaptability does outweigh some of the flaws that he does have. And I think that no matter what, worst case scenario, Ferran Torres is going to be our number 9 for the next season, our main 9, and I think that best case scenario, Barcelona would have Julián Álvarez as our main 9, with Ferran Torres being the backup. Now, speaking about the defensive line, Barcelona are eyeing to reinforce the defense, and one of the players that has been talked about is Gonçalo Inácio from Sporting CP, a 24-year-old Portuguese international who is left-footed and seen as a natural replacement to Íñigo Martínez. Now, let's remember, Araujo has had this revival form. He has been doing very, very good in the past 3 matches. Looks very rejuvenated, very strong. He signed an extension until 2031, and he's really cementing himself as one of the main options for the center back positions. But I do think that regardless, Barcelona know they have to sign another one, because you just never know. Could Araujo say, I want to leave? Could Araujo go through another injury next season? Could Araujo not perform in the way that we want him to? There's so many things that could happen. Cubarsí is a staple. Cubarsí is going to be there no matter what, and for the next 10 years. But we need that extra reliability next to him. And then we have Andreas Christensen, where there's a lot of uncertainty. We don't know if he's going to renew with Barcelona. What if they just don't want him anymore? Flick does value him. We have seen him perform very well for us, but we do not know if an extension is going to happen. And his contract does run until the summer of 2026, and we haven't heard a single word. So everybody keep your eyes on Gonçalo Inácio from Sporting CP. Very young, left-footed, somebody who can play next to Cubarsí, and Cubarsí can go into the right center back position. Things could be made there. But that is it, right? That is going to be wrapping up today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.